I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me.
So, we're here on the campus of Johannes Gutenberg in Mainz, and now we're trying to find some students to really pick their brains along the topics of what we've been discussing, which is basically the American military, its presence in Germany, and really want to elicit some of the reactions that they get from some of the students here. So, stick with us. What are you studying?
I'm studying empirical democratic studies. So
What does this mean?
we have a lot of statistics. We try to look what is a democracy, how does it work, but with a lot of data behind it, a lot of data science.
Have you ever thought about joining the German military? And why or why not?
Some years ago, I think when I was like 15, 16, around that time, I thought about joining military, but it was mostly I like this kind of this manly thing of fighting. I'm also doing kickboxing, so then it was
MMA, mixed martial arts.
I like this kind of bravery and brotherhood. But then, with the time, you think about it, and then you realize maybe studying out of military and just making the sport and don't need to kill somebody.
Absolutely.
Would be better.
What are your thoughts about kind of the American military in Germany, like their presence here?
Oh, good question. I think I have to take my time to think about my answer.
No worries. Yeah, for sure. It's complex too, especially amongst everything going on right now with the war in Ukraine and whatnot. So it's complex.
Yeah. So I think my mind changed a lot with the Ukraine war. So before that, I thought, who needs military? Like I think a lot of guys thought, when we have peace, why do we need it? And then you see, there are some bad guys and. Freedom has to be defended, of course. So, I think I know a lot of the guys from the military because my kickbox gym is in Wiesbaden. So a lot of guys from base are coming, and then I'm trainer, so I train them. And I met really nice people. So I think, if the base also opens a little bit up and you learn the people, then it also could be good for international how's it called,
Unification and
something like
things.
that. Learn different cultures.
Have you ever thought about joining the German military?
No, never.
Why?
I went to the military mustering when I was 18 years old, but I was not willing to join.
That's fair.
Because of ideological reasons.
Ideological reasons, yeah. I mean, I get it, totally get it. Do you have an opinion about kind of the American military forces that are in Germany currently? I know there's a historical context, but also what, like, present day, like, kind of...
I don't know if they have to be here anymore, but I think it's part of a larger geopolitical strategy within NATO and all this stuff. They are our protectors, so our military is, let's say, a little bit, bad, and we depend on America. So, with the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, no one knows what's gonna happen. So I think maybe they should stay after all.
So, what is it that you're studying?
Computer science.
Your opinion about American military forces in Germany. So do you have any thoughts toward that? Or even maybe that growing up, did you ever think about joining any type of military force?
The German relationship to the military is completely different than to you in America. I mean, it's not that they come to us in school and do so many advertisement, and the reason people in America join the forces is not really necessary here. You get support elsewhere. You don't have to go to the military, so you can go to college later on, etc. And I think it's a major problem because I mean the youth, you have a dilemma, and it's like you just want to live your life, and you have to like just sell your whole life for a few years.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like 5, 4. I don't know.
So yeah, it ranges from 4 years to 6 years. You can either join a 4-year contract or a 6-year contract.
Yeah, it just put your life on hold just to be somewhere in a completely different country. Is it that also students have to go abroad?
In what context do you mean, like
I
students?
mean, like, or like young people. It's like you're full on.
Yeah,
soldier.
yes. So for myself, actually, I was stationed in Germany. Was my first base
okay,
in 2014.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like 19, turning 20 the first time I came. But then I also
How do
went
you
to. How do I now? How do I look? I look old.
No, that was like 14. It was 19
2014,
then.
yeah. So yeah, I'm 29, turning 30 this year.
you're
Thank you. What do you feel like the role of American military forces is in Germany? Or do you feel like they have a role here?
Not really. I mean, I don't know. We're not at war. We're not in need of any military support right now. I mean, if we were, then okay, we can look at like international contracts, etc. Okay, to support each other. But currently, I don't think there's a reason why people in America should have to be forced to come here and stay here to just, I don't know.
What are you studying?
I'm studying ethnology. This is like cultural anthropology and pedagogy.
Could you explain that a little bit more in layman's terms for us who
Yeah, I could
don't
try.
understand the verbiage of all that?
Yeah, so cultural anthropology is basically about studying other cultures, mainly like non-European cultures. And I think like the university's focus is on African cultures especially. And it's all about like cultural stuff, for example, religion, but also like how society works in general, like the healthcare, music, food, basically everything.
What are your thoughts about American military members in Germany or their bases? Do you think they need to be here, not need to be here, indifferent? How do you feel?
So what exactly are they doing here? Because I don't have an idea.
That's a great question. Sometimes I don't know myself. From not an outsider perspective, but not because I'm in anymore. I mean, I assume they're here to help boost the economy in some ways, help
Okay.
provide defense in the case that maybe, for instance, you look at like Russia and Ukraine right now, right? Maybe that spills over into more of Europe. You know, the German military in and of itself, people have consistently said isn't as strong as they would like it to be. So, you know, here for defense purposes. But outside of the military, how about just the Americans? Have you had a lot of interactions with Americans here in Germany?
Not really, to be honest. I think like the most interactions I had were like online, on
Oh,
YouTube,
okay,
for
okay, yeah,
example, or like in movies or something.
Right.
So there's not really an exchange going on, I would say.
Wow.
At least not in my bubble.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's also a bit sad because like that I don't really have a reality check. I just know things about America that I like.
Based off of movies and TV shows and social media.
So that might be a bit superficial.
Well, first let me ask you, have you ever thought about joining the German military?
No, let me say it this way. I've thought about it because obviously I think most people think about it because I think when you turn 17, you get a message from the Bundeswehr.
Oh, they message you at 17?
Yes, they message you, everybody. They get a letter.
Men and
they
women?
say, yes, I think so. I think women too. And they message you, and they tell you they ask you if you want to join. Yeah.
And so when you got that offer and they asked you to join, what went through your mind?
I thought at first it's kind of interesting, you know, because it's like it's not the usual job, and I think you really got to make some interesting experiences if you go there, because it's not a 9-to-5 stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. I thought about it, but in the end, I think it's really a dedication for your country, and maybe even if you're unlucky and if you really enlist in the end, maybe even you can pay with your life, you know. And I think
that's a real reality, bro. It's definitely
it's
a
going
chance.
too far for me, you know.
What are your opinions about the American military forces in Germany? Like,
to be honest, I think it's great because German military is not very strong. You know,
Okay.
it's not. It's. I think maybe the reputation is too bad, and it's not really that bad. But it's like you need to show the other countries that there's a strong military presence in Germany, you know, and I think that's why it's not too bad. You know, I think it's a good feeling to have a strong military presence here as well, because you know, everybody knows the American military is probably it is the greatest military in the world, and you know, I think that's good.
Have you had any experiences with Americans here in Germany? Like, what are your opinions of Americans?
I gotta be honest, I know maybe 2 or 3 Americans, and they've always been very welcoming to our culture, I think. Very good guests. You know, some people come here with expecting to find something probably, and they get disappointed, but the Americans I've never seen come here and get disappointed, so they are always very open-minded, yes.
Have you ever thought about joining the German military?
Yes, but not like for long. It was just like a little spark of should I do it? But nah, not like a lot.
What in your mind was like, this isn't like, I wouldn't want to do that?
It is a lot of time that gets. I don't have a lot of time for other things like sports, other music. I want to do that, and I don't have time for that then. And yeah, that was like the point where I said, nah.
Yeah. What is your thoughts about like the American military here in Germany? Because there's like stationed all around here.
I don't know much about it, but I know that there's like some areas where they live, and I think it's kind of cool that it's like, because my brother went there once with the school, and
onto base.
Yeah, and they have like all the American stuff there in Germany. Like that was funny, and yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
Okay.
And yeah.
Do you think American forces are kind of needed here in Germany, or should they stay? Should they leave? Like, what do you think their purpose is?
Like political, I think it's good that we have like that connection.
Yeah.
But like I think Germany is pretty safe in the world, so with the military for it, it's not that important.
Have you ever thought about joining the German military?
Yes, I think it would be good for me because I'm very a dickhead, you know. So, and I think a little bit of discipline and would be good for me. But don't know.
What are some of the things that maybe have stopped you from pursuing it?
Because it's the on the other side, I don't like the drill. I don't know. It's really. I'm not the guy for something like this.
What is your opinion about American military here in Germany? Like,
I think it's a little bit of strange, but it's normal, you know. But I don't think a lot about it, and but I think it's strange that only one countries like the Americans can set up different bases.
Do what they want, wherever.
Yeah, wherever they want. So it's a little bit strange, but I think it's okay because it's they belong to the NATO, and I think the NATO is a really good thing. And it would be nice if they wouldn't be needed. But we need them, and we need the Americans. It's a good partnership. So yeah.
What are you studying?
I'm studying law.
Law?
Yeah.
Okay, what got you interested in studying law?
It was more or less the coronavirus because I did my pilot education and then everything was on hold. So I decided I'd do something which is a bit beneficial for my life, and I thought law is the best way to it.
Do you have thoughts, or what are your thoughts about kind of American military forces here in Germany?
Well, interesting enough, I live in Wiesbaden, so I do see a lot of people from the military, and I personally think it's a bit more of a symbol showing the alliance between America and Germany. I mean, obviously there's some historical backgrounds why you guys were stationed here, but more and more I think it's becoming even more relevant to like cross borders and have people from different cultures, especially from America, living here, benefiting from living in Germany, and the same thing also having people in Germany to get to know American people from the base.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. That's an excellent point. I was going to say, even outside of the military perspective, Do you know kind of any Americans here, or do you have a perception of Americans?
Well, I've been to America quite often because of my job. I work in the aviation industry, so I do had the possibility to get to know a lot of people from America who also live here. And yeah, I mean, I have only the utmost highest respect towards American people, and they're genuinely like really friendly guys. So I'm always open to have more American people in Germany.
Yeah. Another question I have for you then: have you ever thought about maybe joining the German military yourself?
Hell no.
So, as we're wrapping up these interviews here on the campus of Johannes Gutenberg in Mainz, to be fair, with finals going on, students studying, it's hard to really get a good gauge of all the demographics that exist. However, the opinions that you did see do represent a lot of the topics that we discussed throughout this entire seminar. At the end of the day, it was still very interesting talking to all these different students and getting their opinions.